Okay, can you say something?
Something.
I don't know how you can hear if it's...
So, this is my first official YouTube video. I have no idea how I want to start it. Like, hey, hi guys, hey guys. I don't know yet. So, we're just gonna roll with it and come back to the next video so you can see how I do my intro. So as promised, I'm doing the how I got myself out of petty debt video. I told you guys on TikTok, if you're following my TikTok, hey. If you're not, follow at her dress code. But I told my TikTok audience what to get. You just need a board. You can get any color you want, whatever color really motivates you. You need permanent markers, one black and then different colors, and then a pencil. And you also need a sheet of paper.
Do a little bit about talking about the debt, etc., etc.
Okay. Before you start the board, before you start any of this, you want to pull your credit report. I went on annualcreditreport.com, but
okay. Talk about your story. Your credit, how like this, don't you just jumped into it. No, boo-boo. Talk about you and your credit and what you went through. Then we're gonna talk about that. Let me sit back down.
So I messed up my credit about 4 years ago. I gotta talk about the car repossession right now.
I mean, yeah, talk about it and then we can cut it if you don't want to.
Okay.
So here's a little story time before we go.
Ugh, why I feel like I'm gonna cry.
Here's a little story time before we go into getting your credit together.
Okay. So before I jump into how I got myself out of debt, I will share a little story time about how I got in debt. About 3 or 4 years ago, I had a business. I still have that business, but I found myself spiraling down and I couldn't keep up with the day-to-day life. I was running the business by myself. I did everything by myself. So of course, naturally I got tired. Because of that, I started slacking. When I started slacking, everything slacked. My bills, my income, everything fell off, which caused my car to be repossessed. My credit cards were over the limit, super maxed out. I had bills just in collection. I just had bills, basically. I had a lot of bills. And my car got repossessed because of that. And that was really like the first time I ever felt like I failed in life, was that moment. Like, I've had small failures where I was able to jump back, but this was like a big one to me. So my car was repossessed. Like I said, my credit just started taking hit after hit after hit after hit. And I have never, at that point, I had never dealt with this type of, I felt irresponsible. I felt just by myself. I felt alone, like I was the only one who had ever went through anything like this. And so I fell into a depression. They took my car. I couldn't do anything about it. I didn't have money. I didn't really have an income because my business had started slowing down. I wasn't promoting it like that. I just was overwhelmed. And then I didn't even have a car to run the business anymore. So I fell into like a small depression and was just in a really dark space. And then a few years later, I pulled my credit report and I just decided that, sorry, try not to cry while I'm talking. Okay. So a few years later, I pulled my credit report and I decided that I wanted to just face it head on. When I put my credit report, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I was like around a 5 something. Like, I thought my credit was at a 2, to be honest. Like I said, I've had other people tell me stories, like repossession is the worst thing you can go through. You need to file bankruptcy, just all type of, just bad advice. So I put it, I had a 5, which is not the best, but it's not the worst. And I wrote down all my debt on a sheet of paper and I decided to break it down. So now I'll tell the process of how I got myself out of debt so that you can get yourself out of debt. So first things first, you want to pull your credit report because you have to know what you owe, who you owe, what's in collections, what's just behind. You need to know these things. So I went to annualcreditreport.com. I'll put it here or here. And freecreditreport.com, they give you reports. I got mine from Annual. They give you one report a year. I looked at all my debt and I wrote it down on a sheet of paper. I just wrote the creditor, and then the amount that I owe. From there, I started Instacart because I needed an income. So I started doing Instacart on the side because it was a way for me to bring in money on a daily. Every day I was coming home with money, and I needed fast money so that I can get out of debt fast. I know you can do Instacart, Uber, hair, nails, whatever it is you do on the side that makes edit. You can edit for people, you can make logos for people. It's a lot of ways to make fast money now, but I'll do another video about that later. Instacart was what I chose because I enjoy grocery shopping just on a regular anyway. So why not do it for other people, make money? I had the freedom of talking on the phone. I had the freedom of still building my blog during the downtime. I just had more freedom. I could choose which days I wanted to work. I can choose which days I wanted to get off early, get up earlier, and start. It's just a lot of freedom. So Instacart was my choice. You can choose whatever works for you. Just something that makes you money on a daily, a monthly, a weekly, whatever. So step 1, write down all of your debt on the sheet of paper. You do this in a pen or a pencil. I chose pencil because I'll show you guys later, but I like to cross off and write the new balance. So step 1 is pull your credit report. Step 2, write down all your debt on a sheet of paper. Step 3 is get your poster board. And what you want to do is, from the first deck, draw a bar graph. My lines aren't straight, but you can use a ruler to get your lines straight. So my first debt is Victoria's Secret. I owe her $800. So we owe Victoria $800. So you have to figure out if you want to pay her monthly, weekly, or daily, and how much. I'm deciding that I want to start off paying her $20 a day. So we do 20 here, 20 here. Okay, so this is $100. So that's that. And then after I hit the $100 mark, I'm gonna pay her $50 this week because maybe I'll get an extra extra money to my income this week. So I'll pay her $50 here. I'll pay her $50 here. So that's $200 down. And then maybe I have something coming up this week, so I have to go back to 20. So I'll do 20 again. Here I'm gonna pay her 100 here. And 100 here. So this is $800, and this is how I broke it down. So I will come in and I will pay her the first day. I will pay her $20. So this is where you take your marker. Take the black and outline your graph. The first day I came in, I paid her $20. So I would take the green marker, draw a line, and color it in. If I came in one day and my goal was 20, but I had 40, I would mark off 40. And all the way up. So if you come in and you have more than what you originally wanted to put in, you could just color it in. If you come in and the goal was only $20 on here, but you have 100, color in $100. And that way, you'll get done quick. As you color in here, you mark off the balance here. So if I came in the first day and I had $100 that I paid, I will mark off, and now I have $700. And it's just a visual way for you to see the number going down. It helps you and it motivates you to keep paying your debts. For me, it became a competition. How fast I can get it paid off. So it just worked. I would encourage you to make it a game in your head. Like, okay, by this day, I'm gonna have this done. At the end of the day, if I came in and I had $100, I would put, if my goal with Victoria's Secret was 20, I would pay her 20 and I would pay Capital One 50. That way, you're killing two birds with one stone. You're paying everybody on the same day. Now, if you get to the Victoria's Secret and you only owe her $100, stop payment on the next day and pay the one that you're closest to paying off. That way, you knock that one off and you can pay. You can focus on the other debts that you have on the board. Now, before you pay off a debt, if a debt is in collections, before you pay that debt off completely, make sure you call them, because in a lot of cases they will make arrangements with you and they'll take a couple $100 off if you pay by a certain date, or if you pay it in full that day, they will take money off. Also, I had one creditor on my credit that they automatically removed it after 30 days from my credit once I made the final payment. So you definitely want to ask about that, because for me, it just worked out with that particular creditor. But I know a lot of other people delete as you pay as well.
Look at the camera, bruh.
Okay. So in closing, well, there's a few things that I want to say. One is you're really going to have to cut back on the things that you're used to doing that you may not have to do. It's a want and not a need. Eating out is a want and not a need. You have to eat noodles for a week, okay? The cheapest thing you can eat to survive is what you're going to have to eat. Wherever you can save money is where you should save money and pour it into the bills. The quicker you get out of debt, the quicker you can go out to eat, kick it with your friends, travel, and do whatever you want to do. Let me know if you want me to drop the meal plan for the getting out of debt video, because your girl was eating fries, okay? That's a full meal, okay? It has to be. Even if you're still hungry at the end of the day, go to sleep for dinner. Yeah, I'll drop the meal plan if y'all want me to. Just tell me in the comments. But you don't need a big, extravagant thing to get out of debt. You really need the right mindset. It really starts in your mind. If you say you want to get out of debt, but mentally you're not wanting to get out of debt, you won't get out of debt. It's hard. It's hard work. It's a lot of work. The quicker you get yourself out of debt, the quicker you can get back to life as normal, and then you'll start seeing your score go up.
But what's normal though? You can't say going back to normal, because normal got your ass in the head.
Normal was bad, huh?
Not having the pressure, not having the anxiety, not worried about who calling me. You cannot answer your phone now because you just don't want to answer it, not because you're worried about who.
Tell me about it.
Like, you're worried about who you owe, why you owe. You can decide that you want to buy a pair of shoes just because you want to buy a pair of shoes. Like, and you don't feel guilty about it. And don't be trying to catch up with everybody on the internet, because the is also very broke.
Period. Ooh, child, they be lying. Okay.
Go ahead, just keep that part in there. You just keep that part in there.
It's gonna be like beep, and then it's gonna be behind the scenes. Oh, word from our sponsor. You can move on to bigger and better. You don't have to worry about bill collectors calling you. You can answer your phone, okay, without worrying about it being AT&T now running you down. You can go outside without trying to worry about them clicking a picture of you to try to sue you, okay? Life is so much better when you're stress-free. It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with all these materialistic things. It really has nothing to do with that. Your peace of mind is so much greater when you don't have people that you owe and you're super in debt, and it's just very stressful. It's not a good space to be in. So work on getting out of debt. I am here to help you get out of debt. This will be one of a few videos that I have more to say. Once you pay those people off, now you have to get the lates off. Now you have to figure out what can come off your credit. What those collections, if they didn't get them off, now we have to write letters to the credit bureaus to try to get it removed. So this is one of many videos, but this is the first step. Once you do this step, the rest of the steps should be up and posted. So subscribe, like, comment, let me know in the comments if there's anything that you want to hear or see, or anything that I didn't cover that may apply to you in your specific situation. Definitely let me know. Until then, follow me on all social platforms. I'll drop them down in the description box. And yeah, enjoy your day, weekend, month, year. Happy holidays.
What if it's not the holidays?
But the date will be the holiday.
Okay. Bye.
Because what about people doing Vlogmas?
Okay, that too.